Now, as we are good at the basic concept of finding capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor, on the same concept we will talk about capacitance of a spherical capacitor. You know, a spherical capacitor would consist of inner sphere, maybe of radius A, two concentric shells. So, inner shell of radius A and outer shell of radius B. Two concentric shells are there and charge is supplied to this inner shell. When we show a kink over here, it means it is not connected to the outer shell. So the charge is supplied to this inner shell and the outer of this outer shell is earthened. So as a result, yes, there will be an induced charge here on the inner surface of this outer shell. It can be, if this is Q, this will be minus Q. And if I take the cross section of this arrangement, it would appear like this. You have this inner one with radius A. You have this inner one with radius A and outer one with the radius B. Now, in order to find the capacitance of this arrangement, I would go for the same combination, the same sequence, C is equal to Q by V. C is the capacitance of this whole arrangement, Q is the charge on this, and V is the potential difference. Now, we are interested in potential difference. If you can recall what you did in Gauss theorem, surface which is connected to earth will have a final potential 0. So if I say what is potential on outer shell, you say it is 0 because it is earthened. But then what is potential on inner shell? The potential on inner shell will be, there are two reasons for potential on inner shell. Number one, for this inner shell, this whole charge Q will appear as though situated at center. So due to its own, the inner shell will have a potential 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by A. It will act as though this whole charge Q is situated at center. Potential on the surface of the inner shell will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by A. But at the same time, this negative charge, which is on the inside of the outer shell, will also provide a potential here minus Q. On its own, it will have a potential minus Q by B. And as the potential, whatever is the inner of it minus Q by B, will also be present on this inner shell. So on this inner shell, there is one more potential, and that is due to the inner induced charge of the outer shell, and it is minus Q by B. So if I finally say what is the potential on the inner shell, the potential on the inner shell is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q into 1 by A minus 1 by B. So what is the potential difference then? Potential difference is V inner minus V outer. It comes out to be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q, 1 by A minus 1 by B. This is the potential difference. Now we introduce equation second in 1. So if I introduce equation second in 1, I am getting capacitance as Q by potential difference. So this is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by A minus 1 by B. So we are getting capacitance as 4 pi epsilon naught AB by B minus A. So the capacitance here, the capacitance, equivalent capacitance of a spherical capacitor is 4 pi epsilon naught into AB by B minus A, or it is 4 pi epsilon naught divided by 1 by A minus 1 by B. And what will happen if the space is filled with a dielectric of constant K? So obviously it will become K time. So this is capacitance of a spherical capacitor. Now the same expression like we have done, we have already learned this concept in Gauss theorem, how to find potential on the inner shell. The shell which is earthen will have a net potential 0. Yes, this minus Q will have some potential, but at the same time on this outer shell there is a potential due to this plus Q also. So net effect here will be 0. The same expression can be proved by integration also. Now in order to find the capacitance of spherical capacitor, I have another method. I am sure the first method would be always preferred by you, but you should know this method also. In this method too, I would say once again I am going to make use of integration here. So maybe the inner shell is having a radius A here, the outer shell is having the radius B here, outside of the outer shell is earthen, the charge is supplied, same arrangement, the charge is supplied to this inner shell and there is an induced charge on the inner side of this outer shell. Here I want capacitance which is actually Q by V. V stands for potential difference, and when we are looking for V, I have this relation E is equal to minus dV by dr. So magnitude of potential difference can be said to be E into dr, and when we say potential difference, if the electric field is variable, I can call it E into dr like this. Now in this arrangement, if I am using the Gauss theorem, I would say if at a distance r you are looking for electric field at a point P, the electric field at P, the region of electric field will be only the inside charge, not outside. So electric field will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. And thus the potential difference, if you are looking for a small displacement from say P to Q, going P to Q, the potential difference would be, I would say E dr like that, or dV will be E into dr. If you are going from P to Q, you will say potential difference is E dr, and now you are going from A to B, the whole potential difference will be integration of E dr, and thus if you are actually looking for potential difference between A and B, V inner minus V outer, you should integrate this A to B 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square dr. So VAB potential difference will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q integration of r to the power minus 2 dr A to B, and this VAB comes out to be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q, and integration of r to the power minus 2 dr will be minus 1 by r A to B. Now first we put B, then we put A, and VAB comes out to be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q minus 1 by b plus 1 by a, so 1 by a minus 1 by b. So this is equation number 2. So potential difference from A to B here by integration I have obtained is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q 1 by A minus 1 by B. And then I introduce this equation second in equation 1. So we introduce equation 2 in 1. We are getting capacitance as q by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by A minus 1 by B, and as a result we will be getting 4 pi epsilon naught AB by B minus A. So it is the same result, just the method was different. This time we have used integration here to find this potential difference between inner shell and outer shell. Capacitance of a cylindrical capacitor. Now as you can see, a cylindrical capacitor would consist of inner cylinder, maybe of radius A, and outer cylinder of radius B. So maybe you have outer cylinder of radius B, you have inner cylinder of radius A. The charge is supplied to this inner cylinder and outer of this cylinder is earthened. So surely there will be some induced charge on the inside of it. And we are interested in finding the capacitance. The formula for capacitance will be Q by V, that we know, where V stands for potential difference. Now moving further, I am interested to find this potential difference from A to B. For that, we assume, let at a distance r from here, we have a point P. How much will be the electric field? Electric field at point P would be 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught lambda by r. If you remember, electric field due to a line charge distribution, let lambda is the linear charge density. So electric field at a distance r from center would be 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught lambda by r. And what is the potential difference in taking from P to Q? So otherwise I would say E is equal to minus dV by dr, but when I talk about magnitude of dV, it will be E into dr. So magnitude of potential drop or difference will be 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught lambda by r into dr. Now this is for as we move from P to Q. But what will be the potential difference as we move from A to B? It would be 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught lambda dr by r, and limits are from A to B. So potential difference VAB, this is for sure. Potential on the outer shell will be 0 because it is earthened. So whatever is the potential difference from inner to outer, it actually is the potential on inner. On outer it is already 0. This will be 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught, and this linear charge density can be said as Q by L, where Q is the total charge and L is the length. And then integration of dr by r is log base ER. Limits are from A to B. So I am getting the potential difference VAB from here as 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught Q by L log base E B minus log base E A. So it is log base E B by A. So VAB comes out to be 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught Q by L log base E B by A. This is second. Now I am going to use equation second in equation 1. So here separately I am writing equation 2 in 1. Now using equation 2 in 1, we will be getting capacitance as Q by VAB. So it becomes 2 pi epsilon naught L by log base E B by A, or 2 pi epsilon naught L log base E A by B. So that's how we can get the capacitance of cylindrical capacitance here.